We're all about pets. We're all about fun. We have the nicest people. Our deals are number one. You'll love Dave's, Minnesota and Pet City. We make shopping for your pet fun, 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 fun.
We're filming. Well, oh, you know what? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dave's Pet Show. Pardon me while I turn my cell phone off. So today I'm going to start out the show with something that's very serious, fleas and ticks. And fleas is not so serious, especially yet, since it's now May by the time everybody sees this, right? And it's still winter, for crying out loud. But ticks are beyond bad. Right, and Joe just said that he ran in the woods and had how many ticks on? Five ticks on him. So they are all over the place. So when I was last at one of our industry trade shows, I'm walking down the aisle and I ran across a booth of a company called Tick SR, which I'd never heard of it. The booth was mobbed. So I went in to talk to the folks, and I think this is the best thing since bubblegum. Have you ever tried to get a tick off your dog or your cat? It's disgusting. Some people do. Actually, I Googled how to get the best ways to get a tick off a dog, and a lot of people do dumb things. You should not use tweezers. Never burn it off with the match, because you'll end up for sure hurting the dog. The best way to do it, or not the best, but you either use one of those tick keys, which is like a little spoon with a slit in the middle of it, which we sell. They're $1 something. I did not know this. This is how a tick works. This is why they're so hard to get off. The tick secretes something that is almost like a glue. That's how it attaches itself to the animal's skin. So this company, Tick SR, came up with a product that dissolves that glue. So you put it on, you find the tick, you put it on, you can do two things. You can put some of this little, it's a liquid all around there, within anywhere, depending on how long the tick has been on the animal, anywhere from 30 seconds to a couple of minutes, it will dissolve that glue. You then can take just a Kleenex or whatever, and the tick comes right off. So Joe's like, really? Yes, really. I was skeptical. I went online. They have a great site, Tick SR, and there was a review by some woman who has Lyme disease. And she reviews dog products. That's what she does for a living. And she got some. She was also very skeptical, and she's like the #1 believer in this product. It's very easy. Reasonably priced. And what they also did, which I think is just brilliant, is they put that liquid onto a little wipe. So we sell them individually at the registers, so that if you're running or whatever, or you're out hiking, you don't want to take this with you, the same stuff is on this wipe. You come back, if there's something on the dog. It does not work on cats, by the way. Do not use this on cats. You can use it on yourself, use it on the dog, do not use it on the cat. I think this is phenomenal. Nobody should leave home with their pets without one of these in their pockets. It's just great. So here's we sell Frontline, we sell Advantix. I was trying to read the packages to find out which one's better or which one's different. I don't think there is one better. They're different. Excuse me, they just use different chemicals. I use the Advantix 2 on my dogs. And here's one of the improvements that they made, which in the old days it wasn't true, is they're waterproof. So if you go swimming or the dog goes swimming, it doesn't take it off. However, if you shampoo your dog, you have to be careful that the shampoo, or the cat, you have to be careful that the shampoo does not take off the Advantix or the Frontline or anything else you're using. Because once it takes it off, it strips it from the oil of the skin. Even if you re-put it on, it takes 3 or 4 days for it to get through to all the skin. So you got to be careful what kind of shampoo. So when you look for shampoo, look for a shampoo that says does not remove Frontline, or it'll say flea and tick items. Now, very important. More so with fleas than with ticks, but if the dogs get fleas or cats, and we've already had it because we're already selling some of this stuff, you can't get rid of them unless you get rid of where they are. So if they come into your house with fleas, guaranteed you have fleas in the house. No question about it. So what you have to do is you need this spray, and this is my favorite spray. It's non-toxic to animals and to humans. And you spray this around where the bed and other areas. And why I like this product better than the old-fashioned fogger is, remember you have to get the fogger, you put it off in a room, and then you have to leave the room for 8 hours. This isn't like that. You can just sort of spray this. And here's how this works. This thing kills fleas, flea eggs, here's the important part, flea larvae and ticks. So what this does is it literally kills, it breaks the cycle. Because think about it. Dog comes in, you got fleas in the house, you spray something, it kills all the adult fleas. But if it doesn't kill the eggs and the larvae, all the fleas that are in the rug or wherever, as they hatch, you still have fleas. So this gets everybody. So don't get one without the other is what I'm trying to say. Now, cats. They make Frontline for cats, they make Advantage for cats. They also make, because this is reasonably expensive, we've been selling Zodiac for 35 years, 36 years, 37 years now, ever since I've been in the pet business. So Zodiac makes a great, it's about half the price of the other ones. Does it work just as well? I don't have empirical proof that it works as well or it doesn't work as well. My guess is probably, but I'm not going to say for sure. So time up, all right? So anyway, I don't want Joe to get a nervous tick because our time is up. So when we come back, Matt is all excited because he got a whole bunch of new stuff in he wants to show off. We'll be back in just a minute.
Dave Soda, Pet Food City, yeah.
Well, hello everybody. We're back here with Matt with your new. I like the new name tag.
Yeah, I like the shirt too.
Yeah,
new
nice.
shirt, new pants, everything.
Yeah, very nice.
I dressed up nicely today. Okay, we caught us on a different day. Today is delivery day.
Right, today's right. We didn't
fish delivery day.
Normally we film on Fridays, but
today's a Wednesday,
Friday.
So we got everything bagged up and ready to go. First, I just want to thank everyone for the last few weeks for coming down and checking out our fish rooms.
Also Ludlow.
Also Ludlow here, and the compliments. Screaming, busy, happy.
Right, busy, right.
Happy, and I want to thank everyone who came out, checked it out, and people have complimented. I just want to appreciate that. And so, in the meantime, we have a lot of new fish to show off. We went crazy with fish purchasing this week. Don't look at the bookkeeper, please. Okay. But anyway, we've got all sorts of stuff that we've not had in a while, really colorful stuff, and we're going to start with these guys. You can see in the corner. These are so cool. They are common. We haven't had in a while.
Corner fish?
These are, yeah, they love the corner. See that? They dig right in. Check out these old traditional coolie loaches. Look at the coloration on those. They're like really cool, weird eels. Aren't they neat?
I remember these from years ago. How come they haven't been around for?
They have not been around for some odd reason. We've not been able to find them. Everyone looks for them, but we got them back in.
Do they bury in the sand or anything?
Exactly. These actually are one of the best scavengers for a community tank. Because what they do is they're more nocturnal. They'll come out at night. But during the day, they'll burrow in the gravel and they'll sniff around looking for food. So they eat all the leftover stuff that the fish miss.
So it's like almost like a plico, except
Right.
plicos do windows.
They do windows. These guys do floors.
Yeah.
And what they also do is they're tilling over the gravel. They dig through the gravel, they stir up stuff, and they actually
Yeah.
stimulate the
Very
bacteria
cool.
growth. So it's a cool fish.
So every tank should have one.
Any community tank, I'd highly recommend them because, like I said, one, they're really neat.
Yep.
Two, they do such a great job at eating
Yep.
stuff over. And
Yep.
three, this is one of those fish that gives you surprises in the gravel. They'll actually breed in the gravel. They'll lay their eggs and they'll bury them. And every so often, you'll see tiny little
Oh,
coolie
cool.
loaches come crawling out. And fun fish, easy one to
How
keep.
big do they get?
Not too much bigger than that.
good.
So it's,
So
it's a
right.
small fish, not too much
Okay.
bigger than that. We got other stuff. You love these, I know that. These are sailfin
These are my
mollies.
favorites.
Huge sailfin mollies. This is another easy one to keep. You can actually keep these in fresh water. You can even acclimate them over to salt water too. So you can go either or with these guys. The male, as you can see, has that big, beautiful top dorsal fin. You can
Right,
see him in
that's
the
the
corner.
sailfin part.
That's the sailfin part, and he will actually, when he's looking for the girls or trying to court a female, he'll pull that all the way straight up, vertical.
Yep.
So it's a really, really, almost like a betta. He
So
fans out.
can he mate with a regular female molly?
He sure can. He sure can. These are actually all the same species, just different variations. And this is a live-bearing fish, so of course they, in a bigger one like that, will
Yeah.
produce a lot of offspring.
Yeah.
So this is a fun fish to, if you have a breeder net or an extra
Yeah.
tank, to raise up the baby fish and see what kind of genetic patterns you get when you cross them. So
I told you the coolest fish tank. I think I remember coming back saying that's why we got to get these. Mm-hmm. We were at a trade show. We walked in. There was, I don't know, a 100-gallon tank or something. He must have had 1,000.
thousands of them, all
Sailfin, all colors, chocolate and
They're
black. It's
beautiful,
man.
beautiful fish.
Yep.
One of the most popular ones. We have tons of them. Now here's another loach. Like I said, sorry about the bags. We just got these in. But this is a great little fish that grows to a good 1 foot size.
1 foot?
These can get up to about a foot. This is a clown loach. And this is a great fish because it also is a scavenger as well, but it has really pretty coloration. And a lot of times when you get plants in your tank, sometimes you get snails, which actually will multiply. If you have a problem with small snails spreading all over the tank, these guys are champions at eating them. So
Really?
this is a perfect fish if you ever have an overrun.
Escargot?
Escargot. They will actually dine on the snails and they'll actually take care of that. Plus they're a great scavenger. And it's a great schooling fish when you
You
have...
know why other fish won't eat these clownfish?
Oh, why?
Because they taste funny.
They taste funny. Very good.
Sorry.
Excellent. That was a good one. But anyway, a neat school of
That
these.
one's older than Joe is, for crying out
That's
loud.
up
You didn't
there.
even know it.
That's up there. That's pretty good. Joe's like, what? The abuse the cameraman guy goes
Right.
through. Now these guys here look great in a school. If you put 5 or 6 of them together, you'll see them chasing each other around through the rocks on the bottom of the
And
tank.
one of them will be the
Ringleader,
class clown,
class clown.
because they're
good.
in a school.
He's got to be the leader.
And they're
in a
clown
school and a
loaches.
clown, and yeah,
Right.
he's quick.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Moving right along. Look what we got here. These are gorgeous too. These are
Gouramis.
actually Singapore dwarf gouramis, but look at the color. Look
Yeah,
at the
they're very
electric
cool.
in the electric cool color. These are
Yeah.
actually males right here. The males again have all the beautiful blue colorations. The females are actually have them in the other bag. They're just straight silver, so it looks the same thing but no coloration. And again,
They stay this green?
They
'Cause these
stay
get
that-
reasonably big, right?
These will get about. This is a dwarf gourami, so he'll only get about 2 to 3 inches
Is
long.
that the politically correct?
Dwarf, yeah, or little gouramis, but dwarf gouramis is the proper way. They
Isn't
only
there
get
a
about.
show on them on Discovery Channel?
I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's little
Yeah,
gouramis or
little gouramis, yeah.
Little gouramis, alrighty. But anyway, these guys are nice because they can go into a 10-gallon tank beautifully. Some gouramis grow quite big.
Yeah.
But this is, if somebody likes that shape, you can put them in a 10-gallon
You know why I like
tank.
them? They take up a lot. They look like they're bigger than they
They look
really are.
exactly. They fill a tank nicely,
Yeah.
and they're solid, showy,
Yep.
and
And I
they
like that
stand out in
color.
the
That's
middle.
a cool color.
The color is beautiful. They love plants. They're in the same family as the betta, so a lot of plants in the tank. They'll actually male will build his bubble nest, so shelter, hiding place, and they can actually live in. Like I said, they don't need a huge amount. They like filtration, but like
Yep.
the betta, if there's ever a power outage, they hold up quite well because they can breathe air from the surface,
cool.
just like a betta.
Well, that's a good reason to get
Yeah.
them right there.
Yeah, it's another easy one to keep, but you get that fantastic color. All right, moving right along. Speaking
Yes,
of
you're on a
bettas,
roll. You're on a roll.
Look at this. Look what we got here.
bag of bettas.
A bag of bettas. But look at these are smaller, but look at the coloration on the fins.
Yep.
Try and get some nice, prettier ones here. These are baby half moons, baby sailfins, baby delta tails. And look at the wild,
Wow.
big coloration on them.
How's ours? We haven't been able to get the ones.
The
from,
real huge ones they're
Hard,
so
right?
limited, hard
Yeah.
to get. But these are the same ones. They're just smaller.
And they're bred here. These
And
guys are bred
these
here.
are all bred here. They're bred in the States, bred state
Yep.
size. So these are ones that will actually grow to 3 to 4 inches. These are the bigger ones. But look at the
Oh, they will.
Yes, look at the tail on that.
So this could be a show better when it gets bigger.
Absolutely, absolutely. These are the nice ones. These are different from the common ones because look at how
So
widespread the tails are.
Yeah, we'll run a little. We might run a little bit. So these are a little bit more expensive.
These, believe it or not, these are actually running the same price
You're
as
kidding.
Yep, these are running at the same price. We actually have a deal on these, so they're running. But look at the split tail on that.
Yeah.
Again, a betta is a fish that you don't need a big aquarium for.
You need a little
can
bowl-
run them
you
in a
need
bowl.
this.
Yeah, they'll live here just fine. But like I said, make a nicer display
Right.
in a bowl.
Right.
They do beautifully. Of course, two of
Do
them
we
together.
have a live? A customer was in Ludlow looking for a kind of plant that goes specifically
we do.
for bettas.
We do have bamboo shoots. We do have
Right.
those in
We gotta
stock.
get them in Ludlow because we didn't have them.
Okay, we've got those going over.
Okay.
But other fish we got, those are the gouramis.
That's the
These are
gouramis.
sailfin mollies. Oh, here we go. Look at this thing right here. Is that cool or what? This is called an elephant nose.
Oh, I remember these.
These are cool because look at the trunk on his face there. These actually fish find their way through the water through radar. They actually emit electrical pulses, which reflects off of other fish, rocks, and things like that. Helps them know if there's another
Would
fish in
anyone
there.
out there know if he's making this up completely? I don't think so.
No, but believe it or not,
Are
these
you making this up?
No, I am not making that up. These are actually use little electric pulses to find their way around the tank. They won't shock you or anything like that, but it's actually quite an intelligent fish because they've been known to actually move things around in the tank and arrange it the way they want.
And then you know what's great about them?
What's that? Here
They
we go.
remember how they rearranged it because they're
elephants never forget.
right.
Very good. Neat fish, just make sure you have a top on the tank because they are champion jumpers. This guy is going to go into that half-filled tank there.
Oh,
so
got it.
keep a good top or keep a half water level
Yep.
because they can jump about 4 feet.
Oh, you're
so
kidding.
yeah, you got to keep them anchored on the ground.
So when they jump like that, are they going after prey, like eagles or
A
something?
lot of times, if another fish is, like for example, if another fish is jumping at them or if another fish is trying to eat them, it's an escape prey. So if you're ever in the escape, a lot of times they'll escape.
Got it.
These guys have a tiny, tiny mouth, so they're absolutely harmless towards other fish. They like to eat small micro worms. They like to eat brine shrimp.
Oh.
If you look at the mouth, it's actually almost like a little tube on the top of that trunk.
This is a
there.
cool fish.
It's a very cool.
You know what
fish.
else I used to like too? The upside down.
Upside down catfish. Yep, we
Catfish,
actually
yeah.
have those buried in the back over there somewhere. That we're
All right, what
about
else
to
you
put
got
up.
here, Matt?
And this is a neat one. Look at this. This is another one that you can acclimate fresh or salt water. This is called a mono sea bay. It's actually a lemon tip mono because you can see the bright yellow dorsal fin. He'll actually color up once we put him in the tank a little bit better, once he's out of the bag.
Once we get him out of the
yeah,
paint
right.
shop.
He's like that. But yeah,
Right.
you can see him jumping around in there. This is one of the fastest swimmers in the tank. I mean, if you ever tried to catch one of these with a net,
You're in trouble.
they're lightning. It's designed
So
for
is this a
speed.
brackish water?
He will live in brackish water, a little just
What
like
is
the mollies.
brackish water?
Brackish water is a freshwater tank that you add traces of salt to it because they're what fish that would live. Some fish live towards the end of the river where the ocean goes in. So when the tide goes out, it's almost fully fresh. When the tide comes back in, it's
That's
nearly
brackish.
salt. So they're sitting right in that
Right.
zone right there.
They must be strong fish to resist the
They are
tide.
real hardy. That's exactly. They're strong swimmers because of
Yeah.
that current, and they're real hardy too. They will eat just about anything you offer them.
Yeah.
Real resilient fish, and they get to a nice solid size. So if you have a 55 to a 75 gallon tank, 5 or 6 of these in a school.
So I remember we used to
zooming
have
back and forth.
scats and monos
We
and
have
all
those
kinds
still.
of
Yep.
all kinds of
Yep.
brackish
Yep,
water
we have all
guys.
those puffers, monos, scats, gobies.
Yeah.
We've got all that in.
Yeah.
That's become a favorite.
You want us
in
to
Ludlow.
stop now so we can do the last part of the show, or you don't? Yes, he does. Joe's saying, please end this. I'm
Please end
bored.
this.
He's sleeping.
Wake up.
Right. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey everybody, this is a very short segment, but a very serious segment. I want to talk about diabetes and obeseness in your dogs and cats. We have an amazing amount of customers who come in whose dogs and cats are, number one, overweight, number two, have diabetes, and usually one of the reasons that the dogs or cats get diabetes is from their diets. And their diets are, just like with humans, too many bad carbs, period, end of story. So you all know how diabetes works. Carbs turn to sugar, and they do it really fast, and the blood sugar spikes. So I mentioned this last time I was on the air. I'm so interested in this because of all the customers that we have whose cats have diabetes, that when I went online, I found this wonderful article by a veterinarian. You can come right through, by veterinarian. If you Google best diet for diabetic cats, it'll come up number one. And her whole thing is, and rightly so, feed your dog or cat, number one, a canned food, but really an all-meat canned food. Think about it. I'm going to back off for 1 minute. If your animal or you are predisposed to diabetes, you're going to get diabetes. If it's not, this will tip the scale so that it doesn't get it. And if the cat or dog has diabetes, this is the best kind of diet to keep it on because there's virtually no carbs. So we have a 95%, which means that literally 95% of what's in the can is meat. You have vitamins and minerals and moisture in there, which would make up the 100%. We have it for dogs and cats. And even if you don't want to buy my brand, the Canidae makes some. Instinct makes it. There's another brand. These are all cat ones. This is before grain. And it's really bad with cats because so many people just feed their cats dry food. It's not good for your cat. And I obviously I'm not a veterinarian. I've read a bunch of articles by not internet experts, but veterinarians who see this all day long. My guess is your veterinarian would agree with me. So anyway, for the health of your dogs or your cats, start feeding canned food. Cut back on the amount of dry food. And when you do mix a canned food, mix in an all meat. And again, if it's mine, if it's Canidae, if it's Evo, if it's just something that is all meat. It's not about being grain-free, folks, because you can put in potatoes or other stuff which is not a grain, and it still has a high glycemic index. It's about no carbs. So is that it, Joe? Time is up. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a splendid week, and we'll see you next week.
Yaha! Hi, fellas. What's up?